Here tonight, live, first episode of Anime Court. Me, Spider Can, aka the Judge. Um, we're here, and this is the trial of Uchiha Itachi, the infamous Naruto character. Different public opinion on him, depending on what fan you are. What if you like the show, dislike the show, if you're Uchiha Negro or not. But we're here. We got Harvey Bird, Monterey, Dark Continent, B.M.T. State your. There you go. There you go. And you are the defendant for the case.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So state your name.
BMT Dark Continent, surveyor of illness and destruction. Literally, always the Uchiha is always getting the bad rap, but we got to clear that up, man. We got to clear that up.
Fair enough. Monterey.
What's up, everybody? It is Harvey Bird Monterey here, and we are here to, guilty. Speaking about Itachi, guilty. And the crimes that we already know he's guilty of. I honestly don't even know what we're doing here.
90s R. I love the 90s R&B glasses. Other than that, I got golf in 30, so let's make this crit. We're gonna hang this nigga in that. Opening statements. Monterey.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what are we doing here? Just keep me honest with you. We already know Itachi is guilty of everything he's done. He has done everything from genocide, murder, patricide, torture. Like, what are we defending here? Since when does those kind of crimes make sense to be defensible? Those kind of crimes are not only death penalty, they're death penalty to everybody that's connected to him. So I don't even quite understand what are we doing here. Just frankly, first and foremost, Itachi was a pacifist. He wanted to erase war from the world. So you do that by having your own civil war and just all thing off the people. Apparently that's a good idea. Apparently that's what we do, in our Naruto world, in our case. But somebody just helped me understand a few things. So apparently he believed that the best course of action to avoid civil war is just offing one half of the equation. We ain't even talking about the fact of, did everybody in the Uchiha really want to, go to war or take over? Did the children want to take over? I'm pretty sure the children just wanted to go play ball and do fireball jutsu. We ain't talking about that. Did all the women really want to go and be at war as well? Did they all want to go and take over the lead business? I'm pretty sure they were just doing laundry, trying to raise their kids. So how does everybody getting off make sense when you could just got rid of the important people, maybe even all the men? You could have just did that route. In wartime, they do hold women and children hostage. You could have just got rid of all the men and just had the women just start over, marry into the village, have the children, because the children are young. They don't know war. They haven't seen what Itachi saw when he was 4. They didn't see the third great ninja war. They didn't see all of that. But apparently, we just know you just wipe all of them. But somehow Sasuke is special. Oh, so Sasuke is special, but the other children aren't. The other children couldn't have been, brainwashed or changed. All that. No, we couldn't do none of that. Apparently, just Sasuke. And even to the point where, when he was finna go do the deed, he saw another Uchiha. Obito was running around. He was like, you know what? Instead of killing you, because you're also an Uchiha, you're also shady and you could be a threat to the village that I am protecting right now, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm not even going to tell the village that you were here. Just help me just wipe all the rest of them and we'll wipe all of this away. And all of a sudden, we're good, right? That's what we're doing nowadays. That's what makes sense, that's what makes sense. I'm just going to wipe out everybody, including the innocent people and people I know for a fact won't have nothing to do with a civil war or anything. My bad. Y'all right.
Does that conclude your opening statement,
It does.
Monterey? Okay. BMT, you're up.
Yeah, thank you. So pretty much I will be defending that of the Uchiha Itachi, pretty much a prodigy child that literally was born into a village that he was proud to actually defend. He was of Leaf Village first. He saw nothing but I'm doing this for my Leaf Village. It's interesting how people are brandishing him. We didn't hear nobody in the Leaf Village saying we got to go after him. This boy literally was a double agent on a double agent, actually a triple agent, because we saw, can actually pull up that of how, even though that his family, who was actually state and village police, were trying to set him up to steal information as well as find out stuff about their village to run a coup. Now, if anybody knows anything about how it works in that of Asian or Japanese culture, your family or your clan gets caught doing a coup by the feudal lord, they wipe out everybody. Now, I don't know how the defendant overlooked that statement, that literally that they were doing that. Mind you, there was manipulation going on inside of the system, but this young man was literally enjoying, hey, I got a job, I'm a ninja, we got jobs, we got pretty good going on here. I like my little brother, he's having fun, my dad is the head of the police. What's the problem? But when you have it where your own family is trying to disrupt or destroy that of your way of life, mind you, he's like, hey, well, why are we doing this? Granted, only person who really wasn't on board about that was we saw men and women that knew about what was going on. Now, the thing about it was Itachi didn't want no part of that. And actually, he did try to bargain about that. But we have it where people are trying to put a thumb on that of a ninja that served his nation. You never saw Itachi. Show me the clips of Itachi attacking the Hokage. Show me the clips of him. Show me the clips of him attacking any of the Leaf officials. He attacked the people that were plotting to destroy the Leaf way of life of thousands and thousands of innocent people, children, workers, and all of that. These people were planning on doing harm. Now, he tried to have conversations, but I see that people don't care about the evidence. They're off of feelings. There's nothing more dangerous than a ninja that is going off of feelings. I think that's what Kakashi would say. But hey, it's okay. Let's begin this right now.
All right, Monray, with your rebuttal.
Oh, that sounds all nice, well, and dandy. It really does. It sounds nice and dandy. He was fighting and attacking the people that were trying to change the Leaf Village's way of life. You know, doesn't that sound like corruption, right? But wasn't that Danzo that was doing all of this corruption? Wasn't that Danzo the main person that was destroying the Leaf way of life? He was the one that was responsible for distancing the Uchiha. He was the one responsible for, murdering his best friend, from childhood, But what did he do? Did he say anything about Danzo's dark reckonings or anything? No, because we're right. Well, his Uchiha builders, they were mad dogs. They were trying to, do all this horrible stuff. Didn't Fugaku say we're going to go and get the leaders of the village in a non-violent capture? Didn't he say non-violent? Didn't he say they wanted to do a non-violent capture? I believe he did. I believe he said he wanted to go grab them in a non-violent way, and Itachi just didn't agree with that. Because he's like, well, even if you get them non-violently, they're going to be like, oh, the other villages are going to come, they're going to attack us and everything. But, did you ever try to talk to Hiruzen about that whole thing? Because if I recall correctly, I believe that Hiruzen didn't know of Danzo's assignment that he gave to him. I think, if I recall correctly, he didn't know until Itachi came after he slaughtered all the rest of them. And then he came up to Hiruzen like, oh, I just let you know what I did. And Hiruzen was greatly disappointed and hurt because he didn't even know. He didn't say anything. So the Hokage of the village that you love so much, you didn't even go to him to say this thing was taking place. You didn't go and explain all this corruption or any of that. You didn't do none of that, right? You was like, oh, well, no, I'm just gonna not talk to the Hokage. I'm just gonna, just put all of them in a little lump thing together. I'm just gonna blame the Uchiha who didn't even want to hurt anybody. Oh, my bad. You got it right. You got it right. Let's just be real. He didn't care. He wanted to kill all of them. Why? Because Itachi was strong. Itachi was a genius. He was a marvel. He was special. At the age of 13, he was in the Anbu Black Ops. He had passed his tuning exams and everything. He was a great and powerful person. But, he was doing what was right for the village. You know, the right thing for the village isn't getting rid of the corruption that is clearly in the government. It's not doing it. It's not revealing these dark things that's happening. It's not revealing the murder of your friend due to Danzo that's sitting right there telling you to murder the rest of the Uchiha, right? You seeing all this corruption, but apparently the right decision is to go along with it. So apparently nowadays it's good for us to just go along with corrupt government things. If we see our bosses at work and they're all corrupt and they're all wrong, we know they're wrong. We just need to go ahead and just do whatever they tell us to, right? We don't have no morals. We don't have no values, you know, just go along with whatever happens, right? And then if somebody does wrong, we just get rid of the whole company, right? We don't just weed out the bad people out the company, or you don't just get the people that you can manipulate. No, you just get rid of the whole company. Just throw all of them away, right? That's how that works, right? I must have missed that part. I thought we had morals in 2023, but apparently I didn't. So I'm sorry.
B.M.T. for your rebuttal.
Yeah. So first off, about that, the fact that they found out it was a coup, which it amazes me because first off, Tobirama was the one that actually wanted it to happen. I don't know how you overlooked that. I don't know if you paying attention to this case, but he definitely wasn't. So Tobirama actually was the one who was doing what he was doing towards that because of post-traumatic war issues. We're dealing with that of a former Uchiha. And literally, we're hearing some post-January talking points of non-violent kidnapping. Like, what is this? What are you, a MAGA? What's going on with you, dude? Like, how are you doing a non-violent? You're capturing a political leader over the village. Now, when somebody says that, you already know that their moral values are now definitely skewed because you have different other head clans that political leader has to answer to. So you're kidnapping, but yet you're saying, "Don't worry, we're not corrupt. We're fixing corruption." I don't know what kind of fixing that is doing. I mean, you ain't like you're trying to run for office. Y'all never thought that y'all could go down there as a group of men and actually start pushing. No, you want to go talk about blaming a child that grown adults are talking about kidnapping political leaders. Now, that was very interesting because Danzo and Hiruzen, since you said you go to him, when both of them were in league talking to each other. So both of them knew about each other. So I'm pretty sure Hiruzen also knew about what the deal was. Now, to be fair, the fact that he went to him and said, "Hey, what's going on with this cool stuff that think we didn't catch wind of?" Now, it amazes me because we're hearing this Karen stuff of not holding the adults responsible for the action, but we want to hold the child responsible, not the adults who are literally law enforcement, that their job is to uphold the law. Their job is to actually protect and serve. They're having issues with their pay and how they have to be in the back, which I don't understand. You know, they couldn't go down there to the county and fix their parking. I mean, they are the police. You're going to blame a child, say, well, he's doing the wrong thing. Again, we brought up that of the culture of being found out to be doing a coup. So, mind you, it could have gone a lot worse. They gave him the option to say, hey, we'll allow you to choose one person. Because technically, if we really want to do this sting operation, we can get all of y'all up out of here. But we're allowing you to choose. But see, I get it. Blame the child for that of something that they had no control of. Let's also, he brought up about that of he had no smoke for Tobirama. You know, but he got everything for Danzo. Last time I checked, the Hokages that knew about it, why didn't you say nothing about them? I mean, we're both law-abiding ninjas here, and you're not saying nothing about Tobirama. You love Hiruzen, but Hiruzen knew also what was going on. He was quiet about it. He didn't call a meeting. But you're going to blame the ninja who was following orders. See, this is that thing where we blame the lowest man on the totem pole who don't have no control of the orders, but just say, hey, can I at least save my little brother? Can I at least get him out of here? He don't even know nothing. Prove it. When we done seen before in countless episodes, Anbu Black Op members hiding all over the village watching people. But we're going to blame the two boys for that of what the adults were planning on doing. That is the insanity of this case right now. that one guy said, "Hey, man, I'll tell you what. In service to the
You got
village,
1 minute, BMT. I'll let you
Got you.
cook. You got 1 minute.
In service to the village, I'll go undercover, take the name being slandered and everything, and I'll go deep undercover to go keep track of the Akatsuki and all of this for y'all. Just leave my little brother alone. I'll take that hit, but we're gonna give him this type of charge that he's the bad guy, not the system." That's the insanity of what the prosecutor is pushing on this young ninja. I rest my case.
All right, listen, everybody watching, appreciate y'all watching. We are going into the closing arguments. Each of them will have 5 minutes for their closing argument. Then we'll get the jurors on there. Is he guilty or not guilty? Follow the Blerd Cartel. Subscribe if you haven't. Harvey Monterey, where you can find you at before you do your closing arguments.
Well, if you want to find Harvey Birdman Ray and hire him to defend your case, or hire him to, be the prosecutor in this slander and this guilty thing, just come look for me everywhere it says Monterey Hudson. Everywhere it says Monterey Hudson, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and especially on Make It Make Sense here on the Blerd Cartel every Saturday.
All right, Monterey, you're up. Closing arguments. It's on you. You have 5 whole minutes.
I mean, I think it's nice that we're sitting here and we're up here calling Itachi a mere boy. He's just a boy. How are we going to complain? He was 13. It's not like he, passed the tuning exams, at the youngest level. It's not like, he was able to fight, Tail Beast, when he fought the third Kage from, I don't know, the hidden mist village that came after him after he left this. Oh, no, we ain't talking about none of that. He's a mere boy. He doesn't have any influence. Not like he's the most famous Uchiha that was in that village at the time. Not like he had so much sway and control over different things that happened. It's not like he was the main factor that took out his entire clan. So he was just a mere boy. He didn't have no problems. And it's funny how the defense is arguing we should have attacked the government and the system. Isn't the system corrupted by Danzo? Isn't that the problem? And to be fair, we're mentioning the second Hokage, the first Hokage. Why are we mentioning them for? Because if I recall correctly, the Uchiha weren't ousted to the edge of the village until after the Nine Tails attack, where the fourth Hokage was murdered. And then Danzo used that opportunity to say, "Oh, it was the Uchiha that did it again." So push them to the edge of the village. Isn't that where this extra, piss off corruption started at that point? My bad. I'm sorry. But we're not even gonna get to that point where we're trying to deal with
objection. Objection.
Based off
of he's naming Danzo as if Danzo is an open political official. He is not on the books of any of the Leaf Village. So you can't name somebody that's not on the books.
Isn't he known by Hiruzen? Isn't he the best friend of Hiruzen?
Hold on. Come on. I don't got a gavel, but I want to scream on things. You hold me up. I got golf in an hour. Like the fuck.
But
all right, listen.
We're not even gonna worry.
Danzo is stated as a Shadow Kage. He wouldn't be on the book, so I would have to say sustained on.
Thank you.
Regardless, it's not like we don't know about it. But let's get to the meat of it. He wanted to save his brother, right? It's not like they wanted all the Uchiha dead, and it was Itachi that brought up just let my brother go. No, they wanted all of them dead, but Itachi was the one that said save the brother. But it's about that specific brother. Let's talk about what he did to save brother. Maybe Itachi's like, oh no, after I wipe my clan, I'm just gonna off myself. I'm just gonna do that. No, I'm gonna make my 5-year-old kid brother watch all of the atrocities I just did. And I'm gonna make him be my judge, jury, and execution. Because I'm not strong enough to do it myself. I'm not strong enough to go and get off in XYZ. I want my kid brother to do it. I want him to live with the same kind of pain that I gotta live with. So somehow it's justified to make a 5-year-old live with that pain. When we're talking about he was just a boy, somehow it's good to let even a younger boy live with your same pain. Sasuke didn't do anything, yet you want him to be you. I don't quite understand it. That don't make sense to me. And then let's keep going. Why didn't you leave metrics for Sasuke to understand the truth? Like he even admitted himself, I messed up by not telling Sasuke the truth. I just let him think that the village was just nice. I let him think everything. I was just a bad person. He didn't say a word. Also, he didn't even say anything about the very other person that helped wipe out the freaking people. He didn't say nothing about Obito / Madara at all. And yet you let Madara come up and corrupt you. Oh man, maybe if I just put some Amaterasu in his eyes, it'll be okay. No, you allowed your brother to get manipulated further by not being honest with him. And it's not like it would have been hard. You got crows flying everywhere. You put a crow in Naruto's mouth. You had a crow. Oh, my bad. We forgot the fact that he had the crow with Chisui's eye ready to force his brother to do the right thing. Right? We forgot he's just a wonderful person. He's like, well, worst case scenario, I'm just going to make Sasuke do it. Oh, okay. You couldn't have used that same eye on Danzo. Or you couldn't do it as a Danzo. Or you couldn't make Danzo do the right thing. I'm going to make my 5-year-old kid brother do it just in case. So instead of doing the right thing in multiple facets, you were like, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to be this double agent, all the way can be. I'm not going to use.
You got a minute on the clock, man, right?
No, just crazy. This is wild to me. Just somehow, yes, it's slander. It is slander that we are sitting here trying to justify.
Don't interact with the comments. Keep with your case. Keep with your case. Don't interact with the comments.
I mean, just in my closing argument, I just don't seem to understand why we here. He's clearly just an evil person. He's made multiple mistakes and he shouldn't try.
B.M.T, where they can find you at before you start your closing argument? You're on mute.
Sorry about that. You can find me on Blerd Media Television. You also find me on the Blerd Cartel. Also Anime Court, which we have here. Sometimes I go over to my homie Harvey Bird Monray. We're making make sense. But yeah, definitely, I'm just with the Blerd Cartel. And also, if you also want some of the smoke, come to the Dark Continent. You know what I'm saying? Where we definitely are about the shenanigans.
You got 5 on the clock, closing arguments.
Yes, sir. So first off, it actually was given a green light by the third Hokage for that of the termination of the Leaf Village. Now, in doing that, I quote, in order to protect Sasuke, Itachi makes an agreement with the third Hokage that Sasuke alone will be spared and that he will be protected afterwards. Now, can y'all see me?
We can see you.
Okay, so right there, as people are pulling up, the third Hokage, which that's the highest official in their village, and also with the council agreed, hey man, I'm going to ask. Listen, I don't want to do this, but I get what y'all can do to me. But y'all got guys who could come after us. So the third Hokage, as he said, go Hiruzen, literally greenlit it for it to happen. But there's none being thrown at him. The next thing about that we also bring up is that Itachi understood that what it took to make the Sharingan get stronger, which literally did his brother not become one of the greatest ninjas in the world?
Objection. That's because of the extra plot armor.
Based off what?
That is because the extra plot armor was not solely because Itachi became one of the strongest in the world. Multiple other instances, including influence from other people that had nothing to do. Was Orochimaru a part of that plan to make him strong?
I wanted to overrule that. I'm sorry. Until you may continue.
Thank you. So literally, they were already talking about in the schools how his brother was a prodigy. Kakashi already saw when he brought up, so what do you want to be? An Avenger? And said, oh man, we got one of these. And Kakashi said, hey, you're just like me. I get the path you're going down. So there were people that saw the potential Sasuke had. And mind you, Itachi always was watching him. He already had set it up with the officials and a lot of the higher ups. Hey, I did the deed for you, so you would leave my brother alone. So how is that he's so evil if he said, hey man, I get what y'all about to do, leave my little brother alone. Now, this talking point about go after Danzo, who literally had a whole group around him, which mind you, he's off the books. So how are you going to take Danzo to court or hold him accountable when he's a Shadow Hokage and nobody knows about him but higher up officials? So you're talking about breaching that of Leaf Village intelligence by putting that out there. But however, Hiruzen literally said, I will still make sure he's protected. He gets a financial pension. Your clan is gone. Well, I guess the state is paying for that child. Somebody's collecting a check for Sasuke, as well as make sure he still gets an education. So The deal was kept up. And literally said, hey, I always watch you, little bro. I was always watching you further down the line. So we see that literally, even though this brother, man, Itachi, is getting branded as a vile person, he said, hey, I was a good soldier, I was a good ninja, and I abided by the rules. But I'm being punished for a system that I have no control over. But all I ask you to do is leave my little brother out of it. So either face genocide of nobody surviving, or at least have one spared. So the Uchiha name did get to live on.
You got 1 minute, B.M.T.
So when we hear this about that of the officials not being held accountable, the third Hokage, the fourth Hokage, you have plenty of leaders that could have changed it. Why are you blaming that of a young teenage boy for that of what the system had failed on him? Why are you not holding that of the parents in the village that were law enforcement that could have gone down there and had a talk with Hiruzen or with Minato? But you want to blame the ninja that just started and was a prodigy, as well as his little brother. He met with his little brother and said, hey, bro, you're going to get it. You're gonna get there. So I rest my case. Y'all, please be fair with this young man. Please be fair with this young man. He did his job. He was able to save one.
Time. You know, you got your shit off. I believe you got his shit off. Time for the jurors to come in. We got representing waifu reviews. Sunkissed waifu is. What's your verdict? When you're off mute, that'd be great.
Do I have to give reasoning or just
guilty, not guilty?
Not guilty.
We got one not guilty. Representing the Blerd Cartel and also the Dark Continent, we got Watson the Great.
Yo, what's good? My verdict is guilty.
That nigga is guilty. So we got 1-1. Chat, if you think he's guilty, not guilty, show support to the lawyers that came in, did a phenomenal job on the first episode. So put in the chat, guilty, not guilty. So we 1-1 going into the second. Representing the overall 99 media, representing Friday Night Year, we have Afro Kame 765.
Oh Lord. Not guilty. Even though I come from that school of Toby Rama, it's a not guilty. He was in the cogs of the system, yo. I'm in my socialist heart.
Work.
So we got 2 not guilties. We got 1 guilty plea, and we also have coming up representing waifu reviews. Also, Blerd Cartel. No, okay, they're not ready. They're still thinking. That's crazy. All right, representing Blerd, representing Blerd Pre Entertainment, Blerd.com. We have Illusion V showing up.
So before these debates, I would have said guilty. I'm gonna go not guilty.
3-1, not guilty. It's your man getting off.
Nasty work.
It's the system,
It's your man getting off. 3-1. Well, you're going to have to pull up now. Representing waifu reviews and the Blerd Cartel and Blerd.com. We have Ebony Moonbeam.
Your boys.
Guilty or not guilty? What are we doing?
She's torn, you can tell.
Can he be guilty even though I don't think he did anything wrong per se?
All right, well, that's a guilty. That's a guilty verdict.
Is it? Is that just like, is that a thing?
We already know he did the crime.
We have guilty or not guilty. What are we doing?
He's definitely guilty of doing the crime.
We know that. We're talking about
the court of public perception.
Was he wrong in his?
So we got 4-1. Not so.
Say that he's at
What's your final verdict? Not guilty or guilty? All right, we got 4-1, not guilty. We do have Hollywood Sensei representing What It Sound Like podcast and Blerd Cartel.
Yeah, man. You know, my guy Kanan Stark once said, whatever they said he did that shit.
He did that shit.
He guilty.
I feel like he should
4-2 guilty. I know it's not going to break it, but we also have representing waifu views. We have Honey Shar and representing the Honey and Cocoa podcast. We have Honey Shar. The final verdict. What are you giving the Itachi Negro here?
Not guilty.
5-2, not guilty.
Itachi
free on all charges. You know,
I decree that the jury is corrupt. The jury is corrupt.
I am from the school. I don't trust any Uchigas, but this is crazy.
I demand a retrial, especially you.
He's free. He's free of all charges. Let that nigga go.
I helped a little Uchiha go home today. Yo. This was fun. This was really fun. I hope we do more of these.
Shout out to everybody that showed up. Shout out to the jurors. Shout out to the lawyers. Shout out to the chat.
What does the chat say? What do they say?
We got a bunch of not guilties in the chat. So,
which you can tell throughout the whole thing.
There's a bunch of
the comments was going in. No chance with the audience.
we are next. The next court case on the docket. We are doing Show Tucker. So if you want to defend the Show Tucker, if you want to go against the Show Tucker, let us know. You can always comment here. You want to be a juror? Let us know. Go to the Blerd Cartel. All streaming platforms: Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter.
Who vetted that jury?
Somebody said that. You know the jury.
Who vetted the jury?
Show Tucker's up next. Is that nigga innocent? Was he just doing his job? Or that nigga guilty? So just let us know.
It's okay.
And other than that, follow the Blerd Cartel, and then get us the 1K. You know, this is the new joint, Anime Court. So Tachi's free to go. No smut on, no more smut on Itachi's name.
Wait, who's prosecuting and defending him?
We'll figure it out. Whoever wants to do that.
Not
I want to defend him.
I was to say